Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Monday. This is your man's CeoShaw, or like I like to say, hashtag I am CeoShaw. And it's just kind of been in my spirit to read this Bill of Rights off to you guys, right? It's called a personal Bill of Rights, and I got this literature while I was in a class, and I thought that somebody out here in the world of the internet would benefit from it. Now, the reason I'm sharing this personal Bill of Rights with you is because I think that a lot of us tend to forget that we have a certain level of inherent worth, right? And a lot of us, what's up, Scott? A lot of us tend to forget that there are certain God-given rights that we have, and that your self-worth as a person is inherent. Meaning, nobody gives you your self-worth, right? You have a sense of self-worth, and you are worthy as a person simply because you exist. This inherent worth, it's not given to you by society. It's not given to you by your parents. It's not given to you by your job. It's not given to you by your spouse. But you are worthy simply because you exist. And that alone makes you worthy. So as we go through these personal Bill of Rights, I may stop and comment on a couple of them, but I really want you guys to get this in your mind that these are your rights. Just like we have amendments, right? We have amendments as people. So look at these as personal amendments that you have, or personal laws or rights that you have. I have the right to ask for what I want. I have the right to say no to requests or demands that I cannot meet. I have the right to express all my feelings, both positive and negative. I have the right to change my mind. I have the right to make mistakes and not be perfect. I have the right to follow my own values and standards. I have the right to say no to anything when I feel I'm not ready and it is unsafe and it violates my values. You have the right to say that you are not ready. If something is unsafe and it violates your values, you have that right. I have the right to determine my own priorities. I love this one because a lot of times we feel obligated to do things that people ask of us. And the reality is you are allowed to make your own priorities, and you do not have to put another person's priorities over your own if you choose. I have the right to not be responsible for others' behaviors, actions, feelings, or problems. This is a really good one because a lot of us tend to take other people's actions, behaviors, and feelings personally. I had talked to my mom today, and I told her, don't tell me what other people feel about me anymore. If people feel like, I don't make the best decisions, I don't care about what people think about me anymore. Why? Because other people's feelings are their problem, especially when they're negative. So you have the right to not have to take on the emotional burden of other people. You have that right. I have the right to expect honesty from each others. I have the right to be angry at someone I love. I have the right to be uniquely myself. And you do have that right. You have the right to be authentically you. You don't have to be who society wants you to be. You don't have to be who your parents want you to be. You don't have to be what your husband or wife wants you to be. You don't have to be what your children want you to be. You have a right to be you and you only. You have that right. I have the right to feel scared and say that I'm afraid. This is for my people who feel like they have to wear a cape on their back all the time. This is for the people that feel like they always have to be Superman or Superwoman at any given time. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay. Nobody is strong enough to be strong 24/7. And Scott, I do not need a throat lozenge. I had surgery on my vocal cord, and this is my voice. And I no longer live in New Jersey. I live in Illinois now. So that's a nice gesture, Scott, but it's not applicable to what I have going on right now. You have the right to say, I don't know. You know, a lot of us sometimes we feel, and I know this is how I was, we feel obligated to give someone an answer right away. And we're pressured. A lot of the times we're pressured into believing that we have to always have an answer, especially, and we need to have an answer right away. The reality is you can wait for as long as it takes you to come up with an answer to respond to someone. You have that right. You have the right to say, I don't know. I don't know is an answer. Now, I'm not talking about using I don't know in the sense of being passive and not wanting to deal with your situations. But what I'm saying is you have the right to say, I don't know if you don't have an answer. It's okay. Because what you do when you give answers that you're not ready to give, you put yourself in situations that you're not ready to be in. So what I want you to say with me right now is, I have the right to say, I don't know. I'll give you an answer later. Let me think about it. You have the right to say, I don't know. I have the right to not give excuses or reasons for my behavior. A lot of people feel like when you do say things like, I don't know, it has to be a reason behind it. And people want you to explain yourself. You have the right to not have to explain yourself. You don't have to if you don't want to. Now, generally in our society, people think that you owe them an explanation, right? Like you owe them something, but in reality, you have the choice to not give an excuse for your behavior or actions. You don't. Now, unless it's something negative and you're on trial or something like that, then yes, you have to be able to account for your behaviors. But let's just say, for example, somebody asks you to take them to the store and you don't feel like it. You don't have to give an answer or a reason why you don't want to do it. You not wanting to do something is just as simple and straightforward as that, as you not wanting to do it. And that's okay. That's your right. You have a right to just say, I don't want to do it. And you don't have to explain yourself. I have the right to make healthy decisions based on my feelings. I have the right to my own needs for